cleanup spot and pitching, number 24, Cody Pieper.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to the Gus here in Waupun as we get ready for some U19 Region 4 baseball action here. These two teams each have one loss and are playing each other to advance to the championship game tomorrow, where they'll be taking on Waupun. Belleville just got done playing against Waupun, lost 8-2. They're taking on Horicon post 157, and Horicon 157 won this morning over Mayville on a 10-run rule, 11-1. Let's set the defense quickly here for Belleville. Behind our pitching was going to be Carson Sacey, and catching will be Olson. Brett Olson, sorry about that. Over at first is going to be Aiden Keys. At second will be Devin Friedland. And Downing will be the shortstop, Ryan Downing. And McKinley will be, Isaac McKinley will be the third baseman. Jacob Shermansky is at left. Anthony Nolden is in center, and Trevor Sicey will be in right. Here we go for some action. Quick baseball is what I was told here. First pitch at 3:21 with a temperature of 88 degrees, and it says mostly cloudy. Wind out of the south, 10 miles per hour. Pitching, Carson Sicey. Hit on the ground to the third baseman, Isaac McKinley, and Heine reaches with an error. Brings up second hitter, number 31, Anthony Ochsner. He is the right fielder for Horicon.
Brings up right fielder, number 31, Anthony Ochsner. Janiszewski on deck.
Here comes the pitch. Runner takes off. Play. It's in there safe on the throwdown. Heine with a stolen base. One of the things we've noticed with Horicon is they're going to run until you can stop them. 1-1 is the count. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Ochsner. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. And a swing and a miss, going down, swinging for the first out. Heine sitting over at second base, brings up number 15, Danielle Januszewski. He is the third baseman. Here comes the pitch. Taking off, going for third. They've got him. Ooh, if he would have put it on him. Good throw over there by Olson, but McKinley just swung the opposite direction and missed him. So you got him now in scoring position with one out. First pitch was in there for a ball. Here comes the next pitch. Strike on the outside edge, 1-1 to Janiszewski. Here's the next one in the dirt. Nice stop there by Olson. 2-1. Here comes the next pitch. Just a little bit outside. 3-1 with one out. Here's the pitch to Janiszewski. And down low for a ball. Draws the walk. Now runners on the corners. I would expect to see Janiszewski taken off. Brings up number 24, Cody Pieper. He is pitching.
He's a 25 grad for third baseman. So what is that? Sophomore?
Runner takes off. They let him go. So Horicon likes to put a lot of pressure on your defense. Belleville will have to stay within themselves. First pitch there is a ball. 1-0 to Pieper. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 2. Carson Seisey is having a hard time here finding the strike zone right now. Inside again. 3-0 to the left-handed hitting pitcher, Cody Pieper. Here's the pitch. Right there for a strike. Takes a little bit off of it. Throws it down the middle. It's got to be tough trying to get right back here and play. There's another one fouled off. 3-2 to Pieper. Here's the next pitch. Down the middle, that's going to be hit to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Downing. Fires over to first to get the out, but Horicon scores a run here in the top of the first. 1-0.
Grounds out for out number 2. Brings
RBI
first
for
baseman,
Pieper.
Number 20, Anthony Berggren Gibbs on deck.
Brings up Anthony Berggren. He is the first baseman today. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Runner still over at third base for Horicon is Janiszewski. That one's fouled off. 1-1. Cody Pieper.
What's his number?
24.
Hit into the ground. Foul ball. One and two now here for Berggren.
What's up, Rex?
Carson Seisey trying to get out of this inning. Nice breaking ball there. Good job there by Berggren to fight that off. That ball was dancing pretty well. Keeps the count still at 1-2. The winner advances to the championship game tomorrow to take on Waupun Post 210. Nice breaking ball there. Slap foul.
You got the pitch count at 23 right now.
Outside for a ball. 2-2.
Say 3 pitches to Heine, 4 pitches to Oxnard.
See, I didn't know what they had to Heine. Hit into the ground over to McKinley. Tries to pick it up off of Downing's glove, and that's going to allow the run to score.
Are you going to want to call it an error or a hit? That was kind of deep.
It was between the two players. I think it's probably a hit infield.
Berggren's infield single drives in another run. Brings up the catcher number 25, Joe Gibbs. Poplinski on deck.
Horicon post 157 jumping all over post 460 from Belleville right now. 2-0. Here's the pitch in there for a strike by Seisey to Joe Gibbs, the catcher, number 25. Runner's going to take off and get on the pass ball. Wild pitch. Take that back. Makes it 1-1. Yep. Definitely. Want to give credit where credit's due. On the outside edge and low, but that's where Kent Vandekoek likes to call them strikes. 1-2 with 2 outs. Outside. 2-2. Here's the next pitch. Right there for a strikeout. Looking for the third strike goes Gibbs.
Work on half of the first, but not before 2 runs come across on 1 hit.
2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on.
The Horicon.
In their first top of the first, 2-0. It's Horicon.
23, 27, 30 pitches in inning 1 for Sicey. 30 pitches.
30 pitches for Carson Sicey. We'll be back here for the bottom of the first. Real quick, we're going to try and get this game in.
Beat Ripon today 10-9.
Welcome back here to the Gus as we get ready here for the bottom of the first inning. Let's set the Horicon defense for you. Pitching is going to be Cody Pieper. Catching is Joe Gibbs. Over at first is going to be Anthony Berggren. At second is Jordan Heine. At shortstop is Landon Strife. And in third base is Danielle Januszewski. Left field is going to be Gavin Hurley, Blake Poplinski, and Anthony Oshner out and right to finish it off. Coming up to bat here for Belleville, post 460, is going to be Ryan Downing leading things off.
For post 460.
Anthony Nolden will be on deck, and Trevor Sicey will be in the hole for the first three hitters. Here comes the first pitch from Pieper. Ball on the outside, left-handed pitcher. Here's the next pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1 to Ryan Downing. Belleville post 460. Here comes the pitch. In there, fouled off. 1-2. Winner advances. Loser goes home. Here's the pitch. On the outside for a ball. 2-2. Horicon with a 2-0 lead. Breaking ball comes on, catches the outside edge for the third strike.
Number 1 brings up center fielder number 8, Anthony Nolden.
Brings up the left-handed hitting, number 8, Anthony Nolden. He is the center fielder. Here's the next pitch. Outside for a ball. Here comes the next pitch. Outside again, 2-0. Belleville trying to answer here in the bottom of the first. Horicon post 157 with 2 up on the scoreboard. A little bit low, 3-0 to Anthony Nolden. Here comes the next pitch. In there for a ball, and he draws the walk to get a runner on.
He's on the base on balls. Brings up right fielder number 15, Trevor Seiss. Carson Seiss.
Trevor Sicey is on deck.
Sicey.
Or sorry, Trevor is at the bat. Carson, who's pitching, is on deck. The Twins. Here comes the first pitch into Trevor. Hit into the ground. To the second baseman. He's going to flip it over to first base and get the out. So Nolden moves.
To the second baseman for out number 2. Brings up pitcher number 21.
Nolden makes it over to second base. Sicey is out at second. Brings up Carson Sicey, the pitcher. One lefty and one righty as Twins. Here comes the next pitch. by Pieper. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Here's the next pitch. Runner takes off. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly over there by Strife. He fires across the diamond and gets the out.
Sicey grounds out to end the Belleville half of the first.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on.
One complete. It's 2-0 Horicon.
2-0 after one complete here in the first inning at the Gus in Waupun.
12 pitches for Pieper in inning 1, 12 pitches.
Twelve pitches for Pieper here in the first inning. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back. Welcome back here to the Gus as we get ready for the top of the second. Leading things off here, Blake Poplinski, the center fielder. First pitch in there by Carson Sicey is in there for a strike. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Down low, Sicey working really quick here, 3-1. Here comes the next pitch in here by Sicey. In there for a strike. Full count. 3-2. Who's running the scoreboard? 3-2. There's a strikeout for the out.
Poplinski strikes out for out number 1. Brings up shortstop number 1. Landon strikes.
1 out.
Early on deck.
Brings up Landon Strife. Shortstop, number 1. First pitch into him is a ball. Next one is outside, 2-0. Here comes the pitch. 3-0 to Strife. Surprised he's working so quickly. They're not taking his time and in there for a strike, 3-1. And he draws the walk.
Strife reaches on the base on balls, brings up left fielder number 10, Gavin Hurley, tiny on deck.
Brings up the left fielder for Horicon Post 157, number 10, Gavin Hurley. I expect to see Strife taking off, running right away. They like to put a lot of pressure. Again, fires over, diving back in. Safe is Strife. Getting ready. Here he takes off. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. And a stolen base by Strife. Next pitch. Outside, ball 2. Carson Seisey trying to get things started here. Bunt opportunity, hit over to the pitcher. Waits till the second baseman gets there, gets the out on the rotation.
Early with the sack bunt. Advances the runner.
Moves the runner over to third.
Brings up top of the lineup, second baseman number 3, Jordan Heine.
So Hurley with the sacrifice. Next pin is hit to the shortstop. Downing fields it, fires across the diamond, and gets the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody, and 1 left
Score
on.
remains Horicon 2, Belleville 0. And a 0 on the top of the second. 15 pitches for Seisey in inning 2. His total now 45. 45.
We'll be back here for the bottom of the second. Welcome back here to the Gus. Leading things off, Aiden Keys, the first baseman for Belleville. Hit hard out to right, but right at the right fielder. He drops it. There's an error out there by Oshner. And he reaches by error.
Brings up second baseman number 3, Devin Friedland.
I don't think right now Belleville cares how they get their runners on, as long as they can score and get this thing back to even. Brings up number 3, Devin Friedland. Here's the first pitch into Friedland. Hit on the ground to the third baseman. He picks it up, sees he can't get the play at second, fires across the diamond, and gets the out.
Friedland grounds out to the third baseman for out number 1.
For 1 out, allows the runner to advance. So Keys is sitting over at second base. Brings up number 20, Brett Olson. The catcher. Stepping off is Pieper. Here comes the next pitch in here by Pieper. Slapped out to the right for a strike. Oh, and 1 is the count with 1 out here to Brett Olson. Breaking ball. A little bit high. 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. Outside. 2-1. Aiden Keys sitting over at second base. Here comes the pitch. Outside again by the left-handed pitcher Pieper. Makes it 3-1 now. Keys again over at second. The bat is Olson. Right down the middle, fouls that one off. 3-2 now. 3-2. With 1 out. Here comes the pitch by Pieper. That one's fouled off again, right down the middle. Good job up there by Olson to battle. Pieper doing a good job also of throwing strikes to him. Still a full count, 3-2 with 1 out. Here comes the pitch by Pieper. On the outside, just a little slapper. Gets in there for a single. Going to turn the runner from second. He's going to come home. The throw from the center fielder. No, he's in there safe. And he gets over to second on the throw. So a nice play there. Slapping that one by Olson for the single. Gets over to second, and the RBI makes the score 2-1.
Left fielder number 25, Jacob Shermansky.
Brings up Jacob Shermansky up to bat here. Number 25, he is the left fielder. Struggled a little bit in the last game against Waupun Mason Holt, but Mason is a really good left-handed pitcher. First pitch in there again to Shermansky is a strike by Pieper. Only 1 out here for Belleville, post 460. In there for another strike right down the middle, a little bit inside. Here comes the next pitch. Right down the middle, Shermansky fouls that one off. 0-2 still. Here's the pitch by Pieper. Down low, 1-2. Hit over to the set between first and second for a base hit for Shermansky. Overrun by the right fielder, and that's going to be another run scoring on the error.
Brings up third baseman number 5, Isaac McKinley. Counting on deck.
So still 2 outs, and the game is now tied at 2-2. 1 out, thank you. First pitch in there to Isaac McKinley is a ball. Strike. That was in there for a strike. Here's the next pitch. Outside, McKinley whiffs at that one for a strike. 0-2. Here comes the next pitch in here from Pieper. In the dirt. Nice block there by Joe Gibbs. Now it's 1-2. Shermansky over at first. Hit on the ground there by McKinley. Oh, a nice job there of running by Shermansky to cause a little bit of interference there for just the eye interference. And an error, and McKinley is on base, and runners now at first and second. And it's going to bring up Ryan Downing, top of the order. Went down looking. Just a nice little job with his eyes distracting the eyes by Shermansky. And allowed for the error by the second baseman, Heine. Hit by Downing, foul. Strike 1.
What do you got? 19. Perfect. Oh, you're counting? I was just. Okay, I'll stop. Well, you can keep it if you want. Oh, all right. Cross-referencing. I didn't know if anyone was doing it. So.
Here comes the pitch. Fouled off again. 0-2. Tied the score. Runners at first and second. McKinley is staying tight to the base. That's for a ball. 1-2. over at first base. Here comes the pitch by Pieper in the middle, popped up in the air, going after it. It should be an infield fly, and it is, and it's an automatic out there for Downing.
Infield fly for out number 2.
Brings up the second out.
Center field number 8.
Now batting is Anthony Nolden. He got on with a base on balls in the first. Next pitch, here it is. In there for a strike right on the inside edge. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, hops away. Shermanski's going to try and make it. Throw down to third, and he tags him out for the out.
Shermanski caught stealing for out number 3, but not before Belleville scores 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 left, and at the end of 2 complete.
2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on.
4 pitches for Pieper. His total now 36.
36 pitches for Pieper total. And Anthony Nolden will be up to bat the next time Belleville comes up, but it's a new game here, tied at 2-2 after 2. We'll be back here for the top of the third. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's Live Streams. Welcome back here to the Gus. Top of the third inning, leading off for Horicon post 157. It's going to be Anthony Oshner, right fielder. First pitch in there to Oshner is a strike here in the top of the third. One on one is the count. Here's the next pitch. Sicey with a good pitch there. Carson, the right-handed pitcher. His brother Trevor was the lefty in the last game. 1-2. Here's the next pitch. On the outside, gets him swinging at it, dropped, and he's out.
Oxnard strikes out for out number 1. Brings up third baseman number 15, Danielle Januszewski. Pieper on deck.
Brings up Danielle Januszewski, the third baseman, third fielder, for ball 1.
It's like me saying leading off and batting first.
1 out still. 1-1 is the count now to Janiszewski.
Brings out some humor out there.
Here's the next pitch. Right there down the middle, strike 2.
Sam Lenz and Spanberg started giggling right away.
Yeah.
1-2. Here's the next pitch, breaking ball. Hit on the ground to the third baseman, Downing. He picks it up, gets it out of the glove just in time to get the second out.
Janiszewski grounds out for out number 2. Brings up the pitcher, number 24, Cody Pieper.
He's going to bring up number 24, Cody Pieper. Pitching. Carson Sicey needs a good inning here. That's a ball inside. Sitting at 45 pitches already after 2 innings. That's a lot of pitches for this level. There's the next pitch, right down the middle. That's going to be hit hard out into left center for a base hit by Pieper. Getting the ball in quickly is Nolden for the single for Pieper. It's his first hit of the game. It's going to bring up number 20, Anthony Berggren. He is the first baseman. Right-handed hitter. 2 down, runner over at first. Runner's going to take off, breaking ball, picked up there. There's a pitch right on the numbers, and he gets him. No, he's safe. He's missed him on the swipe, and then he slid off the bag, but it's still in there for Pieper, stolen base. Thought he had him. 1-0 is the count as he misses on that big breaking ball to Berggren. That one's going to be hit over to the second baseman, fielded cleanly over there by Friedland for the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. 12 pitches there for Sicey. 57, still a little bit behind where you'd like to be at for Sicey. We'll be back here for the bottom of the third. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here. 2-2 is the score from the Gus. Region 4, U19, American Legion action. Welcome back here to the Gus as we get ready for the bottom of the third inning. Belleville post 460 coming up to bat. Tied at 2-2 so far, but here comes Belleville in the bottom of the third. It's going to bring up Anthony Nolden. His runner's got caught stealing while he was up, so he's going to come back up here in the third. The number 2 hitter in the lineup for Belleville. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground hard over to second base, staying down on it as Heine. He picks it up and fields it and gets Nolden out. 4-3 on the putout as Heine flips it over to Berggren. It's going to bring up Trevor Sicey on deck, or up to bat. He's the left-handed hitting left fielder, or right fielder, my fault. Here comes the pitch by Cody Pieper. Breaking ball starts him high for a ball. Once again, winner advances to the championship game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off by Trevor Sicey. 1-1. Here comes the pitch by Cody Pieper. Breaking ball outside. 2-1 to Sicey. With only 1 out. Waupun already advancing to the championship game. Hit hard. Foul. Down that first base side. 2-2 to Trevor Sicey. Waupun and Belleville just played the last game. Waupun winning 8-2 to advance to the championship game tomorrow. Hit hard in the air. Carrying out into center. Going to get it is Poplinski, and he gets the out for the long out. Good fly ball there by Sicey.
Brings up the pitcher number 21, Carson Sicey.
Brings up Carson Sicey. 2 down. Sicey grounded out to the shortstop his first at bat. Here comes the next pitch.
Welcome to the jungle.
Strike.
Type in Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seven Nation Army.
They have like basically one song.
Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball. Stays outside. 1-1. Trying to get this game in here also before this storm blows in here to Waupun, Wisconsin. They're calling for rain right around 6 o'clock, so we're hoping that we can get it in before then. Strike 2 to Carson Seisey, the pitcher of record for this game for Belleville. Taking on the pitcher Cody Pieper for Horicon. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 in the dirt. Caught, though, before it hit the dirt. And he goes down swinging for the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on.
10 pitches for Pieper in inning 3. Total now
46 pitches total for Pieper after 3. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. We will be back here shortly for the top of the 4th. Welcome back here to the Gus. Top of the order, or top of the 4th inning here, number 25, the catcher, Joe Gibbs, leading things off here for Horicon. Struck out looking in the first. That pitch in there is a strike by Carson Seisey. Here's the next pitch. Outside. 1-1. Here comes the next pitch by Seisey, right down the middle, grounded over to the first baseman, booted, but it has time to recover to get the out.
Gibbs grounds out to the first baseman for out number 1.
3 unassisted on that put out.
Number 19, Blake Poplinski.
Bring up number 19, Blake Poplinski, the center fielder here for Horicon. Post 157 here in the top of the 4th. On the outside for a strike. Here comes the next pitch by Seisey. On the outside again, slap foul. 0-2. Here comes the next pitch. Breaking ball gets away from the catcher, so here's a chance for the run to get it in there on the strikeout. So still goes down as a strikeout, but advances on the wild pitch.
Brings number 1.
So runner over at first base is Blake Poplinski. Brings up number 1, Landon Strife. Expect to see Poplinski taken off right away. Horicon likes to put that pressure on. They haven't thrown him out yet. Bunt pulled back by Strife. 0-1, and the pitch by Carson Seisey. 1 out, fires over to first. As Keys pulls that down from Seisey. Poplinski over at first. On the outside edge for strike 2. 0-2 to Strife. Strife had a walk and then got all the way over to third in the second, but got stranded there. Here's the pitch. Poplinski takes off. It's fouled off. And the first baseman picks it up. Nice job there. Getting back was Poplinski.
First baseman for out number 2. Brings up left fielder number 10, Gavin Hurley.
So 2 outs so far, both of them by the first baseman. Brings up the 9th hitter in the lineup, number 10, Gavin Hurley. Left fielder for Horicon. Carson Seisey. Poplinski dancing, takes off. Here comes the throw. Got him, I think. Nope. They're going to say he was in there first. So he hit him on the backside. Stolen base there for Poplinski. So once again, that was a great throw there by Olsen. Thought he had him. Runner over at second base for Horicon. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off. 0-2 is the count.
Kind of just staring aimlessly with my eyes open. So
0-2 with 2 outs to Gavin Hurley. The hitter for post 157. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside. 1-2. Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, a little bit high by Carson Seisey. 2-2 with 2 outs, so Deuces are wild up on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch outside. Nice stop there by Olsen. And it's a full count to the number 9 hitter with 2 down. And a runner over at second in Blake Poplinski. So Horicon post 157 with an opportunity. Fouled off there by Hurley. Good job battling up there to protect at the plate. Still a full count. Poplinski over at second. Carson Seisey takes off in the dirt for a ball and still gets the stolen base over to third.
Hurley reaches on the base on balls. Brings up second baseman number 3, Jordan.
Top of the order here for Horicon post 157. Reached on an error by the third baseman and was put out in the second inning by the shortstop. Now he's got a runner in scoring position to try and take the lead here. Plus he's got Gavin Hurley sitting over at first. Here comes the pitch by Carson Seisey. Throw back to the pitcher. It allows the runner just to advance. Hurley with a stolen base. Now runners at second and third. A base hit here by Heine should score 2. On the aggressive running here by... Hit on the ground, and that's going to be hit in the gap, and that's going to score 1. Hurley's going to try and come around, and he overthrows the catcher, and that's going to allow for the runner to go try and get to third in Heine. So a nice base hit there by Heine. Advancing on the throw. Scores 2 runs.
Brings across 2 runs. Brings up right fielder number 31, Anthony Oxner. Janiszewski on deck.
Brings up the number 2 hitter, Anthony Oxner. He's the right fielder, still a runner now in scoring position at second. Slap to the first baseman, fielded cleanly over there, and he steps on the base. Sorry about not getting there with the cameras. 3 unassisted, so all 3 outs are put on by Aiden Keys.
The end of 3.5. The score is Horicon 4, Belleville 2.
So 2 runs
Pitches.
on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left on.
Total now 76 pitches.
76 pitches after 4 for Carson Seisey. And he's trailing 4-2 here in the top of the 4th. Coming up the bat for Belleville in the bottom of the 4th is going to be Aiden Keys, Devin Friedland, and Brett Olsen. Welcome back here to the Gus. Bottom of 4. Swinging away, Aiden Keys fouls that one off.
Number 11, first baseman, Aiden Keys. Friedland on deck.
0-1 is the count. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Cody Pieper. Ahead of the count, 0-2. Here comes the pitch to Keys. Hit on the ground to the third baseman. Decides to let it go. Foul ball. That was a gutsy move there by Janiszewski to let it go. A foul ball. Just had enough English in there to dive to the left of the base. Still 0-2 with nobody out. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle. This time it's going to be hit over to Strife. Strife picks it up, fires across the base, or across the diamond, and gets the out at first. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up Devin Friedland. And I thought it was I'm sorry, I'll have to see if I can pick that up. I thought it was Friedenland. Friedenland, right? Friedenland. 1-0. Let's just go with Devin. Hit up the middle by Devin for a base hit. And he gets things started here for Belleville, who's trailing by 2 runs. Brings up number 20, Brett Olson. Olson had a single in the second. He's trying to keep things rolling here. Ball low and outside to Olson. Friedenlund and is over at first base. Here's the pitch. Ball 2 to Brett Olson. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air right to the center fielder, to the second baseman. I thought it was carrying a little bit further than it did. Olson flies out to second for number 2 out. Brings up number 25, Jacob Shermansky. Had a hit his first time up. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt, hops up and hits Shermansky. Friedenlund has to stay at first. Ball 1. With 2 down. Here's the pitch. Strike. 1-1. 2 outs for Belleville post 460 at bat. Here's the pitch by Pieper. Outside. Nice stop there by Gibbs. 2-1 to Shermansky. Here comes the next pitch. Right down the middle. 2-2. Deuces are wild up on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 Shermansky for Belleville. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Goes down looking.
Belleville half of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left at the end of 4.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on.
Belleville post 460.
After 4 complete, 4-2. 14
14
pitches for Strife, 60 total.
Total now 66-0. 60 pitches.
After 4 complete, your score, Horicon post 157-4 and Belleville post 460-0. The winner of this score, of this game, advances to the championship to take on Waupun post 210. We'll be back.
third baseman, Danielle Januszewski.
Welcome back here to the Gus as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning. Rain is coming, so we're trying to get this thing in before so we can get that equipment down. Here comes the pitch by Carson Sicey, fouled off by number 15, Danielle Januszewski. 0-1. Here's the next pitch, outside for a ball. 1-1. 4-2 is your score. Horicon post 157 with the lead. Fouled off and fought off by Janiszewski. Inside 1-2. Here comes the next pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Carson Sicey.
Janiszewski strikes out for out number 1.
Goes down swinging for the first out. Brings up the pitcher, number 24, Cody Pieper. He's got the lead right now as the pitcher. Hit hard out into center. And a nice read there, but picked up there by Nolden for the fly out.
Brings up first baseman number 20, Anthony Berggren.
2 down. Brings up the first baseman, Anthony Berggren. Number 20, once again. Horicon post 157 has a 2-run lead here going into the top of the 5th. Ball outside. Yeah, but the front is coming from the northwest. 1-0 is the count with 2 outs. That one tailed a little bit in, but didn't come inside enough. 2-0. Here's the next pitch, working quickly. Hit to the right side, foul. 2-1 to Berggren. Here's the next pitch. High, 3-1. 2 outs. On the outside edge, foul to the first baseman side. Full count now to Anthony Berggren. Here comes the pitch. Down the middle, fouled off to the third base side. Keeps it at a full count. Berggren staying alive up there. Trying to extend this at bat for Horicon. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike as Sicey throws it right past him for the strike. Swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After 4.5, your score is 4-2.
For Sicey, and inning number 5 is total now 88 pitches.
12 pitches for 88. So he'll probably get another inning in, depending upon how things work out here. He might be able to get the full game, but he's a little bit behind as far as the pitch count. We'll be back here as Belleville post 460s coming up to bat here in Waupun at the Gus Gerald E. Thompson Field, trying to get things even and give themselves a chance to move to the championship game. Welcome back here to the Gus. Bottom of the 5, Isaac McKinley leading things off for Belleville post 460. The number 9 hitter turns the bunt, comes a little bit inside, gets out of the way for a ball. 1-0.
Yeah.
Here comes the next pitch. In there for a strike.
One referee always does this on Blue Oyster.
1-1.
For the Reaper.
Oh, really?
I'm like, every time I listen to that, it's like, more cowbell.
Here comes the next pitch. Little bit high. That looked like the same location, but that one goes for a ball. 2-1.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Here comes the next pitch by Pieper. Slap foul by McKinley. 2-2. Belleville trying to get something going, trying to get this at least to even to give themselves a chance to win it in the next two. Horicon trying to fight it, and McKinley goes down looking for the first out. Brings up the top of the order, Ryan Downing. He's the shortstop for Belleville, number 9. He's 0 for 2 so far. Struck out looking and flew out to the pitcher. Here's the pitch to Downing. In there for a strike. 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. Outside, 1-1. One out here for Belleville. Inside, hit hard to the left fielder. In there, and it almost hops over his head, but a good stop there by Hurley. And holds it to a single. So Downing gets his base hit. Gets things started here. Brings up Anthony Nolden. Nolden still looking for his first hit of the game as well. He drew a walk in the first. Grounded out to the second baseman. Let's see if Belleville decides to get aggressive on the bases. See if Downing's going to take off and test Joe Gibbs' arm. Here's the left-handed hitting. Hits him off of the hands. I thought that hit the bat handle. I thought it hit the bottom of the knob.
No, it hit his forearm.
Nolden reaches on the hit by pitch.
So Nolden now is on with a hit by pitch.
Fielder number 15.
So runners at first and second. This is exactly what they were looking for.
He has like a protector on his elbow or something or whatever.
Here comes the next pitch. In there for a strike by Pieper. Going right after Trevor Seisey, the number 3 hitter. He still is looking for his first hit. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Ahead 0-2. To Trevor Seisey, only one out. Cody Pieper delivers. Hit that one on the ground on the hit and run. Foul. So runners were taken off. In Downing and Nolden. With only one out. Runners get back to their positions. Here comes the pitch to Seisey. Breaking ball hit again, foul. Still 0-2 with one out. 4-2, Horicon post 157 with the lead. Belleville trying to get something rolling. Hit out to center. Should be a tag and allow the runners to advance. Going to try and make the throw over at third. No way. That's going to be booted, and that should have been allowing the runner to move it over to second, and he does. So he gets on the...
Seisey flies out to center field.
For the second out, advances the runners to second and third. Now runners in scoring position with the pitcher, Carson Seisey, up.
Number 21, pitcher Carson Seisey. He's on deck.
Carson also looking for his first hit. This would be a perfect time to have it. Going to throw over to first. I can't imagine that they're going to be, that would be, he didn't even move until the throw came in. Carson Seisey at the plate. Cody Pieper on the mound. Hit in left center. That should be a base hit to score one. Going to try and score two on the drop ball. And Seisey comes through and they score 2 runs to tie the game.
Center drives in 2 runs.
4-4 now. We have a new game here at the Gus. Belleville ties it up with post 157 from Horicon till 2 down. Winners looking to continue to play. Losers going home. No chance to advance to the state tournament in Viroqua this next weekend. Brings up Aiden Keys. He's looking for his first hit. Runner takes off right away. Good jump. He's in there easy on the stolen base. Carson Cece. The pitcher. He wants to give himself a lead, it looks like here. He's got a good lead over there at second. See if he can swipe third. Strike one, 1-1 to Aiden Keys. Again, Keys, there was an error out by the right fielder, and he ended up scoring. So he didn't get a hit there. Hit the next one on the ground to the shortstop and grounded out. 2-1. Carson Cece sitting over at second base. Here's the pitch. Popped over to the right-hand side. Given chase as the first baseman, Berggren, and he gets there in time and gets the out. As Keys fouls out to the first baseman for the third out. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. After 5 complete here from the Gus in Waupun, your score is 4-4. 19 pitches for a total of 79 in there to Cody Pieper. We'll be back here for the top of the 6th. Horicon post 157 looking to see if they can come back and take the lead over Belleville post 460. Elimination game here from the Gus at 19U American Legion Region 4 Baseball. Welcome back here to the Gus. We have a ball game here in this elimination game, 4-4. Horicon post 157 up to bat here in the 6th. Joe Gibbs, the catcher. Carson Cece is the pitcher, and he throws a strike to Gibbs. 0-1. Right next time, excuse me, 1-1. 2-1 to Gibbs. Next pitch, right there on the outside edge, 2-2. Cece at 88 pitches. He can't afford to be throwing balls up there. He needs to put the ball in play to give himself a chance. It's going to be hit over to the right side to the second baseman, picked up there by Friedland, and he gets the out over to Keys. 4-3 on the putout for the first out. Brings up number 19, Blake Poplinski. Was able to get on base after the third drop strike and then scored. Fouls that one off. 0-1. Here's the next pitch. Right down the middle, hit over to the third base, or shortstop, picked up by Downing across the diamond to Keys, and he gets the second out. Brings up number 1, the shortstop, Landon Strife. Gavin Hurley is the one up on deck. Strife reached on a base on balls and scored, and then flew out to the first baseman. That's going to be hit right at the second baseman, just over his head. The right fielder tries to fling it in and doesn't get the out in. Trevor Cece. Runner over at first. It's the leading run. Gavin Hurley up to bat. He had a sacrifice and walked and scored in the fourth. Strife swing there by Hurley. 0-1. Saying that Strife missed the sign. It was supposed to be a hit and run. Oh and 1 with 2 outs. Taken off, fouls off. 0-2 to Hurley. Carson Seisey. Going to get the out here. Breaking ball. Stolen base for Strife. Now he's in scoring position. All that Hurley has to do is get contact with it. Hit on the ground to the second baseman. Picked up there. Friedland gets it over to Keys for the out. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 5.5 complete here from the Gus, your score is 4-4. 12 pitches puts him at 100. So he's not going to get through the 7th, obviously. He can come back out and pitch in the 7th, but we'll see what happens. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Bottom of the 6th coming up, still tied at 4-4. From the Gus in Waupun, 19U American Legion, Region 4 Baseball. Welcome back here to the Gus. Leading things off, Devin Friedland is the hitter, second baseman. First pitch in there's a little bit high for a ball. Cody Pieper had 79. That's his 80th pitch right there. He can go to 105. Here's the next pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Friedland had a single in the fourth, grounded out to the third baseman in the second. Hit on the ground hard to the shortstop, picked up there by Strife, fires across the diamond over to Berggren and gets the out. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up the catcher, number 20, Brett Olson. He had a single in the second and scored and flew out to the second baseman in the fourth. Here comes the next pitch. In the dirt. Ball 1.
That's the one.
That's it.
Yeah. Know that intro.
With 1 out. It's an elimination game here from the Gus. Hit on the ground. Slow roll over to the third baseman. Picks it up. Fires across the diamond and the hop. And he's safe on the error as Janiszewski threw that one in the dirt over to Berggren. He had it hop into his glove but couldn't squeeze it. And now Belleville has the leading run, the opportunity to take the lead with the runner over at first. I would expect to see him get on his horse and take off and get into second right away with Jacob Shermansky up to bat right now. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the pitcher, and it's going to flip it into a double play potentially. Flips it down and gets out of it on the double play. 1-6, 6-3. On the double play. No runs on no hits. One error.
Pitches, 6 pitches.
And nobody left on.
Pieper.
85.
Total now 85.
6 pitches for 85 to Pieper. The only good thing for Belleville coming up in the 7th is going to be number 9 and then the top. Coming up here for Horicon as we get ready for them to come up to the bat here in the top of the 7th. The leadoff, Jordan Heine, Anthony Ochsner, and Danielle Januszewski. Welcome back here to the Gus. Some defensive changes as we have a new pitcher coming in. That's going to be Ryan Downing. Slap foul to the top of the order, Jordan Heine. 0-1. Tied at 4s. An elimination game here at the Gus here in the top of the 7th. Brings the next pitch. Ball. 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. Right down the middle, going to be hit over to the third baseman. Picked up there by Keys over across the diamond. Over to Friedland for the out. One of those defensive changes that took place here. With the right-handed hitting team, they knew that they needed to have some sure fielding over at third base, so they moved Keys. And it looks like Carson Sicey is over at short. Here's the pitch. Popped up into the air. Foul. Strike one.
Hey, 50 points.
Was that Thunder? Not yet. 0-1 as that ball hit the top, hit the score box. Downing, Ryan Downing. Right down there for in the middle, but it was a little bit low. 1-1.
Yeah, he's only got 85 pitches right now.
Here comes the next pitch. Strike and a foul. 1-2. So Downing is coming in so far and doing his job. He's throwing strikes. He's got to trust his defense to help him out. As looks like Shermansky went out to right, and over in left now is Trevor Sicey. Fouled off. Here comes the next pitch.
I would want you guys.
Strike, drop by the catcher. He's going to pick it up, fire it over, and he's going to get the out.
Ochsner strikes out from number 2.
Strikeout swinging for the second out brings up number 15, Danielle Januszewski. He walked in the first, grounded out to the shortstop, and struck out in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Ball inside. Thought he might ask for some help down there, but didn't. Could see that he held up. 1-0 Inside again, 2-0 to Janiszewski. Tied at 4. Horicon needs to push one run across to try and put some pressure on Belleville. Here's the pitch. On the outside there for a strike. 2-1. Ryan Downing again has come in and done his job throwing strikes. Here for Belleville post 460. Same spot. That's going to be hit in right center. Shermansky trying to get there to cut it off, unable to do so. That's going to roll all the way to the fence, and that's probably going to get him to third. Trying to get the relay in time, and now Horicon has the leading run over at third base. And Janiszewski with a stand-up triple.
The pitcher, number 24, Cody Pieper.
And it brings up the pitcher, who certainly would love to see if he could move him over. He's hit the ball. He had a single in the third. Grounded out to the shortstop in the first and flew out to center in the fifth. So he has been able to hit the ball. Make it a good defensive shift here. Downing, that's going to be foul to Pieper for strike one. You can see the defensive shift. We'll show it to you here. You got Shermansky towards the line, and you got hard shift over there by center fielder Nolden. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2 on the foul. Nice pitch there again by Downing. He's ahead in the count now with the leading run over at third base. Here comes the pitch. Pops that one up. Center fielder got to come in and try and make a play. Not able to do so, and Horicon's going to take the leading run here. Post 157 scores.
The single to center, drives in a run. Brings up number 20.
On that single by Pieper, helps himself out. Scores the run in Janiszewski. Brings up number 20, Anthony Berggren. Here comes Berggren at bat. Runner takes off right away. That's going to be fouled off. 0-1. That's going to force Pieper to get back. Expect to see Pieper take off again. I mean, they haven't got him out yet over on caught stealing. Pieper leans. Here comes the throw. Has it there in time. Not able to put it down on him, and he is safe. So McKinley tried to put the tag on. And the count is 1-1 with 2 outs. Again, a runner in scoring position here for Horicon. A second run would be great insurance for Horicon. Here's the pitch by Belleville's. Hit on the ground. Over to Sicey. Fires across the diamond and gets it over to Friedland for the out.
The Horicon half of the seventh.
But not before damage is done. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 left on. As coming up to bat now, Belleville needs to see if they can score a run to get this thing into an extra inning.
There we are. Yeah. Here's now this.
Number 5, Isaac McKinley.
Welcome back here to the Gus. Belleville post 460 coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 1 run. 1 run to stay alive, 2 to win. Here's the first pitch into Isaac McKinley, the number 9 hitter. Reached on an error in the 2nd and struck out in the 5th. Ball 2 to McKinley, 2-0. Pieper's got 20 pitches left. He's going to see if he can do a complete game. That's high, 3-0. Belleville needs runners. Horicon needs outs with that run lead. Here's the first pitch in there for a strike to McKinley. I'd have him sit dead red once again. Make him come to you. Hits it over to the second baseman. Second baseman grabs it, flips it over to first. That's going to be Heine over to Berggren for the first out.
Number 9, Ryan Downing.
Brings up the top of the order, Ryan Downing. Once again, Belleville trailing by a run. They need to score. He scored in the 5th after getting a single. Cody Pieper counting down the strikes. Outside for a strike. Downing didn't like the call. 0-1. Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Again, 0-2. So Downing trails 0-2. With one out here for Belleville. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, right back to the pitcher. Pieper's going to walk it over to first base and flip it to Berggren and get the second out. Belleville now is in dire straits. Brings up Anthony Nolden. Was hit by pitches last time in the 5th, and he came around and scored to tie the game. 1-3 on the second out. Pieper ready to deliver. In the dirt for a ball. Nolden has to get on to keep this thing alive. Here's the pitch by Pieper. Fouled. 1-1. With 2 outs. Horicon post 157 looking to advance to the championship game where they'll take on Waupun post 210. That's fouled back. Belleville down to their last strike. 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Anthony Nolden. Here's the pitch by Pieper. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2. Still 2-2 is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. Strike 3, and Belleville is eliminated as Horicon post 157 is going to advance with a 5-4 score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. For Anthony Nolden going down swinging for the 3rd strike. So 4 runs on 5 hits and only 3 left on for Belleville with only 1 error defensively. And for Horicon, 5 runs on 6 hits. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left on. Horicon will play Waupun at 1 o'clock for the championship game. If Waupun wins, they advance to Viroqua for the state tournament. If they lose, they will be taking on each other one more time. So we got a big game coming up at 1 o'clock tomorrow between Waupun post 210 and Horicon post 157. Thanks and congratulations to Belleville on a great season, post 460. They did a nice job of coming here to Waupun tournament. It was the first time I had a chance to see them play. I was very impressed. Unfortunately, they had a few players who decided that they were going on vacation, and that ended up hurting the team. That'll do it here from the Gus. You've been listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back on the air tomorrow with Radio Plus. Info.com, since Steve Winterhack and Randy Armga will be here to call the game for Waupun. So just remember, we'll be on RadioPlusInfo.com for the championship game between Waupun and Horicon. Take care, God bless.